Fuck.
Well, what's going on, everybody? It's me, your boy AJ Red. I'm back again with AJ Red and the crew, myself and the ladies.
Hi.
We have been out for a couple of weeks, of course, due to the Thanksgiving holidays and some shit like that. And Aries
Life was
Cannonball
lifing.
has been
Life was
away for a
lifing.
while, and she's still away, actually, at a remote location, somewhere over there in Louisiana. And
No,
Warrior Mom
I'm
and
out of
Aries,
the country. I'm out of the country.
bitch, please. Um, And Warrior Mama has been taking care of business as usual. It doesn't seem like Chocolate Girl is going to be joining us tonight. So if she does join us, she'll make a surprise visit as she is taking finals. So we don't know her schedule right now. But anyway, the show must go on. So
Mhm.
before we go any further, if this is your first live with us and you caught it or whatever, you're getting into comments and shit like that, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and make sure you share the videos and share the live with someone else if you just don't happen to jump in. Um, but before we go any further and get started, real quick, Aries Cannonballs, like, what's been going on with you
Canna
since the last
boss.
time we
Why
bought?
you
Well,
keep calling me cannon boss? I just can't deal with
cause
that.
my,
She
cause
about to
I
blow
got
some
kinfolk.
up.
I got kinfolk name, last name Cannon, and then you always tell my bonds with bag there. So I think that you just keep on resonating for some reason. But I'm sorry. But carry on. You ain't got to read me, bitch. But go ahead. Tell everybody how you been doing since the last
Nah,
time we met.
listen. Life has been lifing. It's been ups, it's been downs. I had to, take care of some canna boss business. Uh,
Period.
that's it.
Mm. Warrior
That's
Mom,
it.
how have you been since the last
Why
time we
you
did a
trying to
show?
do some public disclosures on us? Don't do that.
What? Public list disclose. What the fuck are you talking about?
Why you trying to bring stuff out in the public? As you
I
say.
ain't bringing you in the fucking public. I'm just people be asking what the fuck we be doing or where we at, and they look for
Really?
sometimes the
Really? Where
commentary.
they asked
And
that?
so
Where
you
they
just
asked that
want
at? I ain't seen that. I ain't
well,
seen nobody ask that. That's you being nosy. Ain't
well,
nobody asked that. Ain't nobody asked
well,
where
next time
Aries at. Ain't nobody said that.
have asked, you have a few people out there that support you and want you on and like you on the platform and shit like that and ask where you are. So you can think that if
Show
you
me the
want to, and that
receipts. Show me the receipts.
Not the
Show me after
receipt.
the show.
baby, the
Show me
next time
after
we
the
go to
show.
Masons, I will pull the receipts. Anyway, moving on. Warrior Mom, what's been going on with you since the last time we met?
Life has been life and everything's been good. Had an amazing Thanksgiving. I mean, hey,
She was over there. Her ass was over there being a Partridge Family for Thanksgiving.
yes, honey, yes.
Did y'all cook?
Yes, I cooked. I cooked. Not y'all, I cooked.
Well, I mean the two of you.
Yeah, I cooked.
Aries, you cooked anything
You know,
for
it was
Thanksgiving?
really quiet. No, it was really quiet for us. It was just me and my mom. For those of you who don't know, my father is suffering with dementia, so he is in a current vegetative state. So it was real low key. It wasn't sad, but it wasn't like we had, a whole bunch of people here either, which is good too, because
That's good.
Yeah.
That is really good because just so happened, look like everybody ended up with RSV and everything
Oh,
else going on around up in here.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
happened.
well, I ended up with a severe case of remote thumb. I just been sitting up in here, even on Thanksgiving. I was just watching shit on Netflix, Disney, Pluto, Tubi, Hulu, all kind of shit, and
It's the
spent a
tubby
nice
for
time
me.
at the house, huh?
It's the tubby for me.
Well, you know from Tubi, Tubi, whatever the fuck you want to call it, same thing.
Oh, so you
Ratchet
just stayed
TV,
home? You just stayed home for
yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah.
Made a
But
little
you
chicken
also
Listen.
sausage
had a
gumbo
but
and
you
stayed
also had
home.
a birthday since we've been gone. So happy
Yep.
Yeah,
belated birthday.
Yep.
thank you,
He is
thank
he
you.
is now 45. Congratulations.
First of all, pump your brakes, sister. So I didn't make 45. I made 41. So let's be clear,
You know what? You always scaling that age back, but keep going. It's okay.
baby. If it wasn't for my address being on my driver's license, I'll break it down to you right now and flash it to you on camera. But because I'm discreet and I work for discreet clientele, and I can't have anybody know my address. I'm not gonna do that. But anyway, moving on into tonight's show, we have a couple of topics we want to go over. We had a little meeting or whatever. Some of the topics, like I said, they made the cut, and some of them bitches didn't. But anyway, we were introduced to a new one just as we were backstage getting ready to come out for the show.
It's not
And
new. I don't know what I don't.
well,
It's
I'm not saying a new one, but I'm saying per the damn meeting we had before we
okay.
put the fucking
Yeah,
topics together.
But I
Uh,
thought that we did mention him with all of the he had
we did
yeah,
mention it,
fuckery
but
he
y'all
had
was
going
we
on.
mentioned it, but y'all so busy making stew and making turkey jerky and shit like that. Y'all was stirring pots and shit still meeting and just throwing shit in the pot. So I just went behind the scenes and edited the shit a little bit and decided what I would put on the thing for the night. So, but of course it's old news. But anyway, I wanted Aries to take the lead on this one when it came to Padiddy and Cassie and the lawsuit they have going on and the update. You saying
But
you
did
told
it.
us, yeah, Padiddy.
Yeah, because
So
he
you said
did
you
everything they said he fucking did.
yeah, and so
allegedly, because we ain't no lawyers over here.
yeah, yeah. It is all according to the allegations that have been brought forth by Cassandra, aka Cassie. But I started. By the way, I've missed you guys too. I play like a hard ass, but I missed y'all too. And I could not wait to get back on here to talk to y'all about this whole Cassie and Diddy thing. Because normally as y'all can tell, I can be a little ambivalent about all the fuckery. But for some reason, that story really, really pulled me down a rabbit hole of investigation. Um, because I think because I remember when they got together. And I remember her having, when she came out with music and then she just disappeared and just became Diddy's girl. And I always, that was a relationship that make you go, you know, she's definitely beautiful. He's rich, he's
Mm-hmm.
powerful, but it definitely makes you go, And y'all have to remember now this was also during the time when he had very public other relationships. Okay, so he was with Kim Porter, the belated Kim Porter.
Mm-hmm. Make
um
you rest in
So
peace.
that's why I'm confused and don't remember all the details. Okay, but go ahead.
yeah, so it was always like basically the same kind of stuff like that we see with Carisha, like they're together, but he has his other people very
Mm-hmm.
publicly, but you never see her with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so to read the lawsuit is 35 pages.
Ooh.
Um, and what people aren't talking about, they're saying Cassie sued Diddy. Yes, Cassie sued Diddy and all of the companies that he owns and is on the board of directors for. So it listed Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Records, um, another record company which is owned and operated by Sony, which is huge. And it put Doe corporations 1 through 10. So those like Jane Doe, but it
Mm-hmm.
was Doe corporations 1 through 10, in addition to the other 4 or 5. So it was like 15 corporations,
Wow.
all of their affiliations. And
So she ain't leave nobody out, nothing out. We gonna
no,
cover all the
because,
bases.
and
She
get
included
this,
all the money.
the suit was based on her being employee because she was hired and originally signed to be an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And it
And that makes
details
sense.
how they met when she was 19. He was 37, almost 20 years her senior. Um, he immediately signed her, and how there was grooming that was happening, and like she didn't want to be with him, but he pursued her for 2 years.
Sounds like an R.
Um,
Kelly or Leah situation, but continue.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he pursued, according to Cassie's lawsuit, she alleges that he pursued her for 2 years forcefully and used his position as the record manager, producer, big dog, um, as a means to make her do things, coerce her to do things, including drugs. And that is also how she began using drugs, was through him making her take different substances, ketamine, ecstasy, they list cocaine, um, of course, all the pills. I mean, there's a list of substances
So,
that
is there
he
any
would.
abuse that's even in the lawsuit that you read about?
Oh, yes, it
Mm-hmm.
breaks it down, like um how he uh traps her in a bathroom, follows her in a bathroom and kisses her for the first time, even though she has a boyfriend, how he would do things to make her have to go out of town for alleged appearances that did not exist to get her away from her boyfriend at the time.
Wow.
Um, how what happened with their first sexual encounter was because he had given her ecstasy and alcohol.
Typical
She alleges.
narcissist behavior.
Yes.
Narcissistic.
It details from then, once they had established a sexual relationship, how it became even more controlling, more possessive.
Hmm.
She lists um like his bodyguard, and for instance, that even tried to stop him one time from stomping her in the head multiple times, for
But
which
wasn't there a
he.
bodyguard too that did an interview that also spoke about how he had to come
Yep.
in between them to stop
Yep.
some kind of abuse that was about to take place between
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Diddy and Cassie. So
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that she was beaten one time so bad because he saw her talking to another record producer in a party in a penthouse, and he took her in the bedroom while the party was going on and beat her so long and so hard. She had two black eyes, busted nose, lips, all, all the stuff. And when his assistant and bodyguard saw her, they they started crying, like she was that beat up. And
So she
after he
looked
would
like
do
Tina Turner
this,
did after Ike had got a hold of her before the
and that
limo
was
scene.
brought up, that people, like, he made it a joke that they were like that, and they have him quoted as saying, yeah, with me and her like Bobby and Whitney, to also allude to the toxicity and abuse of the relationship, but also that behind closed doors, everybody in their camp called them really Ike and Tina.
Wow.
Mm.
Um, so that it's very graphic. It details about how he allegedly blew up Kid Cudi's car, how he allegedly held one of her friends over a 17-story balcony, um, because he was drunk or high. Um, how she has lost friends because he has attacked some of her friends, that he ended up having to pay off, um, that her parents tried to get her away, but because of his influence and reach, they couldn't get her away, or
Right.
she would
Right.
run.
So he sound
And
like Big Red from the Five Heartbeats, huh?
the
Or was it the
thing is,
Temptations?
I don't know, but the thing is when I read that allegedly one of the Sony executives called her and told her if she wanted to keep her career, she better go back to him. I was like, "Oh, it's done. It's done," because now you have Sony, which owns all kind of shit on top of him.
Definitely.
So that's why the lawyer, like,
They were
they're talking
conflicted.
about that going after him was one thing, but going after all these corporations that he's on the board of and that he works with is totally different, because now you have enacted employment law, which is
Right.
Yeah,
totally
because
different. So
she
you
made
have
a
a
she made
sexual
a major
harassment.
power play. She made a major power play. And she was very smart with her filing from the way you just broke it down and everything. She was very smart with everything that she did, and it sounds like she was fortunate enough to be able to do that before her demise. You know, allegedly, like some of the other people that fell victim allegedly
Mm.
to
I
his
mean,
ways, his business
the
practices.
that that filing plus the rumor mill really makes him sound like the Joker. Like, he played that, like, there's a
Mm-hmm.
reason why he did that Halloween spoof so well,
Oh yeah,
because
last year.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and the people
Now
was
they're
called him
saying
and
that
said, "Don't you
don't
dare do
do
that
it.
ever
Yeah,
again,"
yeah.
because
And he was
I,
making a joke of that.
yeah,
That they banned him from being able to do that.
and I've the amount of so in the now this is not it gets crazy. He would make her paint her nails white. She had
White.
to have white fingernails.
I heard about that, but isn't there
And
some kind of rule in the hood world or the ratchet scene that says white toenails and fingernails is a sign of a hoe?
Well, no, they always
well,
be
I ain't never
saying
heard that.
No,
no. They always
I've
be
seen it
saying
a
if
couple
you
of
got
times on
white.
TikTok
No,
and
they say
Instagram.
white get you chosen. Is what they be saying. But
Oh,
I noticed everybody, like she said, everybody who he dealt with, they have white nails. If you see pictures, there's definitely white nails in those pictures.
hmm.
And he um would make her and his assistants search out male escorts across the country, and they would find them on different porn sites or escort sites, and he wanted big black cocks
Wow.
men.
I knew it. I knowed it. I knowed it.
And the thing was, he would film and direct, and even throughout this time, because it like he called them his freak outs. So
So I
when it
wonder
was
if these was
time for
kind of
him
like the
to have
parties that his
freak
son and
outs,
some of the other people when they talked about in their testimonies and interviews when they said that they witnessed, these sex parties and stuff like that. Because honestly, the way I feel about P. Diddy right now is basically they need to go ahead and reserve him a cell right next to R. Kelly so they both can produce and make music right there in prison. That's how I feel about it.
Yep, I agree.
and the amount of like he would have the shit staged, like he would have candles, he would be like, no, y'all stop, start over type shit, you
Oh,
say this,
things,
you sing,
So he wanted to be a porn
yeah,
director.
and the thing was is
things.
he wanted her the white nails stuck out because he wanted to see her white nails wrapped around the big black cocks. And I was like, that, that's very specific. That is a
I was about to
very
say, yeah, she was very detailed
specific.
in that portion.
And the amount of drugs, and that he would have him, and the male escort will wear Mardi Gras masks.
Yes, it ain't. I can't do no shit like that. I'd be had a panic attack. But yeah, that
And
don't make
and
sense.
she would, and if she would get nervous or be like, "Oh, I don't really want to do this," she got her ass beat. So that's why she would go along with it, and she became, admittedly, what she's saying, a drug addict because of it.
Now, there was something
Hmm.
Um,
you mentioned about the fact that he was having them search for people all around the country, and I
and
heard
have
some
them
rumors
fly
of the
and have
fact
them and
of,
fly them in.
but fly them in. But sometimes he would take her and go out of the country for these journeys or these entourages, and then I was told that's why one of the
Not in the
parts of the lawsuit was
thing, I
human
didn't
trafficking,
see. Yeah, oh yeah, it's sex trafficking
sex
because he was
trafficking. Yeah,
moving her and male
Yes,
escorts
it's
around the country
oh, okay.
to engage in sexual things that were against her will. Um and illegal. So, but I didn't see anything where they went maybe out of the country. I mean, I'm sure they did, but I didn't see that. But it was all within the United States. But they listed Miami, New York, and California as the hot spots for these freak outs that he would have planned.
oh,
And when the last time she tried to break it off, that's when the rape occurred. Um, and yeah, and she kinda had to go into hiding, and, it's
Hey, Ashley, welcome
I
to
was
the
just about to say
live.
yes
"Hey,
We hope.
Ashley,
Thank
we're
you.
in
Hope
here
you
t"
had a happy Thanksgiving too,
as
girl.
well. Yes,
Yes,
correct.
happy holidays.
But I mean,
So
as for him, it just like again, it sounds like an amplified 2.0 version of R. Kelly and his actions,
and
And
now
we not gonna
like
do
there
all
locking
is
that.
bitches up and
something,
locking
um
refrigerators and kidnapping people and sex, domination and all kind of shit. It just sounds like somebody again that has a lot of money that's taking advantage of the fact that he feels like he had a lot has a lot of power, And it's been going
Definitely.
on for decades. And the fucked up part
Definitely.
But
about it
now,
is
now here's
that
the
it's taking
thing I
so
found
long for them to
interesting.
actually bring this shit to light, though. That's the fucked up part.
I found interesting that during the last times when he had beat her, and she was so when he would beat her, he would seclude her so nobody could see because she's yellow too, so you know them bruises gonna show.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So, he made her go stay at his mansion in Beverly Hills, that
Yeah,
area.
I did
But
hear that.
one of his sons was there, and he messages her and says, "You need to put more makeup on your face because I don't want my son to see nothing like that." So it's like he didn't do this kind of. I guess he didn't. That led me to believe that this behavior was not displayed to them.
Well, I mean, again, he's been very good at hiding his actions. He's been very good at hiding his reputation, the true reputation of Brother Love, aka Padiddy, aka Sean
I
Puffy
don't
Combs.
think he's been
He's
doing a good job at hiding it
Oh
because
no,
that's
for the
all
most
people
part, he's
have
been
talked
doing a
about.
good job of keeping it concealed. It's just now
Yeah.
again somebody like Cassie has had enough balls to go forward with going ahead and blowing
Right.
the lead on the whole operation.
But here's the
That's the big
thing.
thing.
She had over 10 years of evidence with receipts, and look at what all she had to go through to get that.
Yeah.
And I don't and if you have been forced to do that kind of stuff and you have been beat like that, and I'm sure it was more than that,
Right. You're right.
like
You're right,
30
Ashley.
million, 30 million ain't like 30, 50 million ain't enough because like it says, she will forever be changed because of him and his
Yep.
actions and the actions
Now my question
of
to either one of y'all: Are
of
they
the
back together?
corporations. No.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
And
And
baby, and
how much did she get from him?
they have not said, they just said they
Right.
settled.
Because, yeah, I've heard several different numbers. I've had like 200 million. I've heard the 50 million, the 30 million. I've heard less. They're not disclosing how much he got.
And
Well,
yeah,
I've
and
only mostly heard like 8 figures or 10 figures. That's the only thing I've heard is those two.
in the thing, and it doesn't list the specific amount. It lists the pain and suffering, the fact that her life is forever changed, and it also asks for pre and post legal fees, which is interesting that that was put in there.
And therapy,
But
because she gonna need some therapy.
oh yeah, yeah, well that's included with the pain
Definitely.
and suffering as
Yeah.
well. So
Cause she gonna be fucked up. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure she's fucked up. At the fact of anybody. That's my whole thing. To just to sit here now and think about somebody that I'm with, that I trust. To just sit around here and catch a case of whoop a bitch ass every 5 to 10 minutes because they want some particular shit or want to see me in a sexual manner with somebody else. It just it doesn't seem like a reality or seem logical to me because I guess I don't take medicine for it, but I think I have the angle to kill. And I just don't think they were paying out too well on my side of the fence because even though he is the man that he is, he's still a human. But again, I mean, all the
He a different
domination
breed.
and the
He's a
abuse and the
different
power he
kind,
had
though.
over her,
He
yeah. So I
he's
mean,
a
I
different
kind of,
kind
yeah. So I get it. Not I
and
because
don't
and
totally
the
get it, but
whole
I get it.
thing talks about, and that's the thing because it really does show and paint a picture of how easily you can get yourself in a situation because remember, she saying for 2 years she like was like no, 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 for 2 years before he trapped her in a bathroom and kissed her. So then you got another 8 years of him doing other crazy shit, allegedly. So it's just, and throughout that, all she talks about is how powerful he is and how he would tell her, you know how powerful I am, you know who I know, and how he would show her, hey, I can find you here, and she would run away and he would find her every time.
so
Well, she need to take a look at the family
Ashley,
business over there on Netflix and find out a better way to get out of that shit. But although she did quite well for herself, but bringing his ass to light and putting his lawsuit down, and she put a lot of facts into that 10
Ashley
years
is
worth of facts into that
asking,
lawsuit.
did she have to go to rehab for her drug
Yes,
use?
that's
I'm gonna
listed.
say I'm
It's
sure she
listed that,
did,
yeah, it's
as
listed that
well
she
as
had
some
to do
kind of
6 weeks.
therapy, as well as some kind of therapy. Because think about it, they even said that. I mean, think about the people who have lost their lives that she know about that. Like mentally, that is That's going
and
along with
and
everything
that
else.
and
That's
those
gonna fuck her up.
allegations were never put in writing, but it is heavily alluded to about how dangerous he is and how just and it illustrated that, hanging somebody off a balcony, uh blowing somebody fucking car up. Like who does that? Like what black person blowing people cars up? Uh,
He is
so
very dysfunctional.
He done
Yes.
seen
um
too many Van Diesel
Hey,
movies.
beautiful.
Yeah,
so
beautiful
Welcome to
reset.
the live.
Padiddy is very dysfunctional. Yes, he's
Yes.
very dysfunctional.
Very.
yeah,
Has been
and
for quite a
and
while.
and how there was a tape at one of the hotels where he chased her into the hallway. He paid the hotel allegedly 50 grand to erase the tape. So, and anytime she tried to get away, he would get her on that private jet and he would show her like the videos of these men, going in her and say, "Oh,
She
you
ain't never
thought you
making no.
deleted them?"
That's the thing. She ain't never making no grit soup. She ain't never making no pie. She ain't never cooked for him.
She was up under him since she was 19.
I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of noticed that. I mean, and I get that part. It's like
And
at
she
some
saw
point
how he could
when
make
you've hung
people
around
move.
a psychotic
Right.
motherfucker like this all your life, and you see there's no end to this shit. At some point, one of us got to go.
And
But
and she
you,
and
like
she
she
said
just
she was
said,
afraid
she
for
was
her life the
19
entire
when all this
time.
first started out. I mean, you
Right.
got to think about she's a child. She really a child upon him.
I
I
mean, and
mean,
that's very true. But I'm saying my mind
and
on
you
it
have
in us.
all of these people around him that he can control and make these
Man,
things
but I'm
happen.
just
At this
saying, you
point,
got to ride with me for 1 second here. Just ride with me on this. I
I
know the
get what you're
reality of it.
saying.
I'm
I
just
get
saying,
what you're
is there
saying.
never a point where you can lay around and seduce this man or suck his little penis or some shit and get him on your side and get him right where you need him to be?
But
And then
there's
you
all
decide
of
to
these
make them
people
pancakes.
around him who's also
Hmm.
protecting him.
Mhm.
Well, true.
Yeah.
They're protecting him.
I'm
So at
pretty
this
sure,
point,
And
you
especially a
don't know
queen
who to
like
trust.
Padiddy, I'm pretty sure he took all precautions as to make sure he wouldn't be maybe poison or some shit like that.
and
If he
then
kept her out the eyesight of Suge Knight, I'm pretty sure he did
yeah,
pretty well by everybody else.
yeah, and you seeing these other people, things happening, and
Right.
he's taking credit for it. Some of it he not, but you suspicious. He making you carry his weapons, and he pulling them out. He chasing people, chasing Suge and shit, and he getting high. And as a person who has gone after their dreams, and when you have one person who has your dream in their hands and they're saying just do this and you'll get your dream, because she wanted to be a singer. She
Right.
she wanted to be a star or whatever. And I'm sure that her family also was hanging, you know, their hopes on that as well. Because we all want to achieve generational wealth so we can take care of our families,
Yes.
just like the others in society. So I can see that she's beautiful. She can sing, she can dance. She had it all. He's like, I'll give it to you.
If
Just
you just do this,
shut
if you
up.
just,
If you
that's
just
right.
shut up and take these ass whoopings. If you
Whooping.
just shut up and take this dick.
Well,
If you just shut up and pop
all I
this
can say
pill.
is this. Basically, it sounds like for me, Cassie got tired of the ass whooping. She got tired of taking all this random meat and all this other shit. And I'm glad she did what she did, and I'm glad she's reaping the benefits she reaping. I'm glad. I'm about to say Bill Cosby. I'm glad brother Padiddy, brother
Oh, wait a
Love is
minute.
being put out
And
there in the front light and getting just
his
what he deserves.
assistants would always put in the room. I thought that was interesting. In the hotel rooms where they would do these freak outs, Astro Glide and baby oil. Because he wanted them slick. He wanted all of them slick from head to toe in the baby oil and the Astro Glide.
Bitch, I'm not finna play with you. Um, but
It's
anyway,
not. It's so
we gonna go to
horrific.
the next topic. We done spent 30 minutes on
Well,
them two
wait.
on them freaks.
What the people in the comments saying?
Bitch, that Padiddy is dysfunctional.
Yes.
And he done got that girl addicted to drugs and she gonna go to rehab. We done covered that. Uh, what else we got?
After
So
that,
with
I think we through.
shit, well, you would think so. We done preached the whole sermon about it. Anyway, the next thing we got on what's the, on the
I
roster.
want everybody who
Oh
was a
Lord,
part of that, no, and who watched that girl. be beat like that? Everybody got an answer for that.
Well, I mean, no doubt, of course, and as they should. But
And
anyway,
I say
moving
that,
on.
and I say that for R. Kelly too. If
Well,
you
moving on to
complicit,
the next topic.
okay,
They all should
fine.
go to jail and burn the hill with gasoline draws on. Next topic. We had talked about before. Ti and Tiny and the little fish mouth boy that got over there. King smelling his nuts over there after the fool at the Falcons Saints game.
Did he call him
Uh,
a fish mouth?
well,
Why would you do that?
fuck that. The little
Listen,
boy need to be put in his place. Over there
listen.
chesting up to his daddy. His daddy should have knocked him the fuck out right there in front of everybody. Because he want to pretend to be so hood and all this different shit like he went through the struggle. He ain't went through none of that shit. His daddy should have made him swallow his motherfucking front. I don't condone
Um,
violence on this channel or no other, but at the end of the day, he needs to learn, he needs to learn some respect because apparently he ain't been taught none.
okay, so listen. I get we moved on, but I feel like we need to address the comments as well.
Wow,
And
what's the
so,
comments? Let me see.
right, because Ashley said, if y'all remember, Diddy lost his deal with Ciroc a few months ago and gave back the rights to his artist songs before the lawsuit came out. I think he knew this was coming. And Beautiful Reese said, Cassie husband is laughing all the way to the bank. Diddy mom knows what's going on. And Kermit, she called him Kermit the Frog. Old called King must be Kermit the Frog. They laughing at that part of it.
Is
But
Diddy
yeah,
mama
he
still
did.
alive?
Yeah, and my thing is he gave them the rights back to some BS that they really. I
Yeah,
mean, it ain't really worth nothing at this point.
Well, I mean,
it's pennies in comparison to where
it's
the
like a
Mhm.
money
max
was
out
really
credit
at.
card. He took the credit card, borrowed that bitch, maxed it out, and handed it back. And
Mhm.
now they got what's left on that $3 worth of credit.
And I do agree that he knew it was coming because they had been negotiating before they released the petition. So, which is it happens in lawsuits. People they'll when they know it's some big shit coming, they'll try to settle before you even file.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they couldn't reach the right numbers. But after reading that and seeing the companies that were involved and were knowingly involved and complicit in the illegal activities and trafficking and abuse, I'm like, oh yes, girl, I hope you got at least $88 million.
Yeah, I agree. I agree because can you imagine her being in a relationship like
I know that trainer, that trainer,
that's gonna be hard.
that Caucasian man have been through some stuff with her. If she done
Yeah,
been through
that's
all that,
hard.
but he ran a super marathon, a 50-mile marathon for domestic
Who?
violence. Her husband, who
Oh
was her
well,
trainer, yeah.
because he probably knew some
I
inside
know
intel.
he knew, yeah, because I'm sure when he's tried to hug her and she done flinched or not, had,
Exactly.
nutted up.
And there had to be some kind of conversation. I'm
The
pretty sure some pillow
intimacy
talk
with
about what was going on.
the sex life is probably
I'm sure they had to do a lot of work.
yeah.
And
But
he
all
was
right,
her
okay,
personal
we
trainer
got to move
before,
on. We
so
got to
I'm
move on. We
sure he
got too
saw
many
her
other
beat up.
topics we got to go. We
Okay,
already out
fine.
30
But
minutes
we're gonna
in.
circle back, y'all. We're gonna circle back. Keep your comments coming. If you keep them coming. We Trika got them.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at some of them too. I'm trying to address them as best I can. But I'm glad. Thank you so much, Warrior Mind, for making sure you're looking at them comments and addressing them because some of them slipping past me. I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, back to old fish mouth. Again, what do y'all think about the boy disrespecting his parents? In front of all the people down there.
He's been doing that.
Yeah.
It
Well,
wasn't
true.
anything new to me.
Let me say I think he need a good ass whooping. Don't get me wrong. But I also feel like there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that's going on in that household, in that family.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you remember, even I mean, first of all, we had him addressing Deja and her doctor visits, and then you had Tiny's older daughter, Zanique, when she did this interview, they pretty much cut out a whole portion of her interview because she was saying stuff, but she didn't want it to go public. But what they were saying was like, in other words, Tiny put once Tip came along, it's like she was the my man type of bitch, and your kids take the back seat, or we going on a trip type stuff, and we gonna leave the
I,
kids at home. She was more focused
I,
on
I,
him than the
I kind of
kids.
saw that on the what was it, the Ti and Tom? What
And
Ti?
so yeah, so
Wait, no,
I feel
Tiny and Toya. Is that what it was?
Excuse
The
me.
show Tiny and the one she was only allowed to do while he was in prison. When he got out, she was
oh
like, cut it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
They
I
was
had
want to
Tiny
try
her
to
and
remember
and
Toya.
that.
yeah,
Toya.
Tiny and Toya.
So yeah, I definitely feel like there is some stuff going on behind the scenes with that. I don't think that they're there as they as parents would be for them for their kids. I mean, I think that they're living their that they're trying to get their do their careers, but also I just feel like parenting is not a big thing on the radar on the scale. I don't think that.
Wait,
I
Beautiful Ree say now he wants $10,000 for an interview. Who are you talking about, Beautiful Ree? In the comment section.
Oh
King
yeah, King
King
to
Oh,
talk about.
King.
yeah King.
Yeah, to talk about the incident. But him and didn't him and his dad already do something?
But my
But
thing is,
I
how
think
dumb can a
so.
kid be? All that money you and your family have, you looking for 10,000 motherfucking dollars? You giving yourself a cheap sellout. That
But let
sounds
me tell
stupid.
you, I think I personally
He's a
think like
kid.
this is also um a way to launch. I think Boost's son, and I think King must be got some kind of something they got coming out. And I want to say all of this. I think is leading on to that.
Wait, so Ashley Love says my opinion is I think King is jealous of the success of his father and his mother. I think he yearns to have the success his parents have, and it's not working for him. Fish
She
mouth
say
needs to sit
fish
down.
mouth. Yeah.
And I'm
I
saying like
do.
it's basically it's true because I looked and I dropped the group chat when it was the video back in the day when he had that breakdown Lil King did in front of his
Talking about he
grandmother and
wants
his
to build
mom.
a name for
Yeah, he wanted to
himself.
build his name for himself, and it's like at the end of the day, I really agree. Those ladies need to take their hands off of that a little bit and let Ti be a little more hands on with that boy, and let him
It's too late.
teach him. Oh, it ain't
It's
never
too
too
late.
late.
It's
Ain't
too
too
late.
late.
It's too late.
Ain't too late. Because at the end of the day, they say an old dog won't change their ways, but that bitch still brand new. His knees and everything is still brand new. He
But
still
he
can break dance
also
and all kind of
said
shit. That bitch got a good mind. He can learn. Teach him
he
better.
also said this been going on. Y'all tried to hide it from the world, not me. I'm putting it out there for them to see. He said, "Don't act like you didn't have to come and check nothing in the neighborhood with me." So he's telling y'all he been out there in these streets, and he said his dad is the one taught him. He said he was the smallest one in the school. He was the smallest one in the
He
neighborhood.
was
So
little.
his daddy was the one taught him how to stand 10 toes down. So pretty much he's a mirror image of Ti. So this is what you get. Ti is just older now, so he kind of know he done did all the fuck shit. So now it's King turn. And although we try to keep them from making the same mistakes that we made, you can't. A lot of times you can't. He gonna have to hit bump his head on his own. You can't do it for him. You can't stop
Well,
it.
why can't you be like one of the regular celebrity kids and actually learn from this, and use the fame and the fortune that your parents have to prepare yourself to the next level
Cause he
instead of
wanna
trying
be
to prove some
hood.
kind of strike with your what that is not okay. So is that
He
where it's
wanna
at
be out there
with
in
the
the hood.
generation now? You have to prove yourself to be hood in order to make it. Is that how the fuck it go?
No,
Hey,
I think that is a human condition of thinking the grass is always greener. Because from look, when I taught in the hood, that them kids wanted to be rich. When I was teaching the rich kids, them kids wanted to be hood.
mm-hmm,
That's just people. You just
mm-hmm,
you look at something, you like, oh, that looks it's like how people look at social media. They're like,
yeah.
oh, I want to be her. I want that family, not knowing that he whooping her ass and dragging her through the kitchen and holding her friend off
Knocking
the
her head
balcony.
between the
Oh,
washer and
Yeah,
dryer.
yeah, and raping her 6 ways from Sunday and making her fuck me and all kind of shit. Then you don't want to be that no more when you find that out, huh?
Hmm.
hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
And let's keep it real. I mean, I'm from the same area. Boosie's son didn't grow up like that. I mean, he wasn't always with Boosie. And so now that he's with Boosie, actually he's a little bit more in control than what he was. At first, he was here. He was kind of acting out, and I guess that's because he wanted his dad and he wasn't around. But if you notice, he don't do all that stuff that King over there doing.
That's because King is privileged. He's way more privileged, and like I said,
And
he's actually
listen,
a lot of the time
did
been
you hear,
baby
hey
Hey,
fired by his
mama,
mama and his
Dominique,
grandparents.
did you hear Tiny
glad you
say,
made it.
"Oh, hey girl, hey." That
Hey,
did you
Shermanie.
did you hear that when Tiny took the thing, she was like, "No, y'all want to know why he really wanted to be over there? Because he wanted to suck on his pacifier till he 12 years old." And
Yes,
I feel
I
like that
saw
was
that.
true. And I think that's why he got so upset because he was like,
Definitely,
he was
definitely,
ashamed
yeah.
because, and then you look. I have been around people who are habitual, like who suck pacifiers and thumbs, and their mouth does have that elongated
Mhm,
look because you're
mhm.
constantly pulling.
Right,
Hmm.
right, right. And I
And
think, like
baby,
you say, he got mad about that, and it's
He felt
already the fact
played.
that people already talk about his teeth, and now you didn't put that out there.
well, sit your ass the fuck down somewhere and shut the fuck up because we all know you got some elongated motherfucking lips, boy. And so at the end of the day, them old spy suckers, them old soup coolers basically said maybe you did. There's some truth to what your mama said. Maybe you did suck goddamn pacifiers to use 15. But at the end of the day, it sounds like now you still sucking an imaginary pacifier. You still holding the umbilical cord. You still acting like a bitch when you started saying he's a man. You can't.
He
That
said he
doesn't
stand on
equate. That doesn't
business.
balance out.
He stand on business.
But you stand on business. But if it had not been for your parents, and if you actually had to live that life and come from the fucking ground up of having nothing to eat and ramen
That
fucking
part.
noodles and beans and wieners and fucking
That
eggs and rice
part.
every fucking night, and trying to wonder how you was gonna live the next day or eat or pay your light bill, the way the real hood actually went,
That's
and a
right.
whole lot of other shit with your life being in danger. If you actually had to on your own without your parents' help, start it all from scratch do that shit for yourself right about now. Could you survive it? They need to send this motherfucking ass if they still had it going on, or what it was, afraid locked up or some shit. What the fuck it was? Send that little motherfucker
Beyond
over
scary
there.
straight.
There you go. Send his ass to
I
some
think
shit
they
like
still
that
do that.
But
because
yeah, I
he
don't
couldn't
think
have
it'll
made
work for
it.
him right now. I don't think that'll work for him right now.
It
And
wouldn't
I
because
keep
he
telling
already
y'all,
has
like,
it
he too
planted in his
far
mind
gone.
that he
That's right.
knows
Yeah,
that he already has it
Right.
made for himself. And what he's
yeah.
still trying to do is still make a name for himself off of his parents' back, just like one of the cousins said in the comment section. All he's doing is to and it, and honestly, there is really not a lot wrong with that. There is really nothing wrong with using your parents' career, especially since they have such a great career in the industry of rap and R
Using
and
that
B.
access.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that, but the thing about it is, it's proper usage. That's the whole thing, proper usage. You coming out as trying to be this bad boy motherfucker, bitch. I'd rather you see you over there doing like Lil Nas X, doing some gospel music or doing R&B, or actually, if you're going to produce a rap record, at least sit down to the table with your father as the man you claim to be, and have a conversation and map out a proper business plan. Put together some tracks and bring some shit. But all this whining on TV and shit and crying, it sounds like somebody need to send you back to your grandma's house and stick another motherfucking pasty in your fucking mouth. That's what it sounds like to me.
It does, but I don't I come from and look, I'm not a fan of Kings because I think he is very entitled. Because when I saw him paying the homeless people to do that one chip challenge, I that is disgusting. That
That was
is,
disgusting.
yeah, it's scum of the earth type behavior. That
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, again, I don't
am I
condone
back?
violence, but I
Yeah.
will tell you this. Yeah, you are back. Well, I didn't even see what
Am I
happened.
back? I can't hear nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, you bet.
Shit.
You went out
You
like
have to
Thriller.
go out, come back in.
I can hear you,
Yeah, she's gonna have to go out and come back in.
but it's just for me. Like I told you, I feel like I would have gotten the Kirk Franklin spirit and I would have got him together, and I would have let him know I put my motherfucking foot in your ass. I'm still your father. So at the end of the day, I will support you in all your endeavors reasonably. But at the end of the day, talking to me and your mama in the public like you pay anything, you don't pay for
Very
shit.
disrespectful.
Look, I
Very
think she's coming back.
disrespectful.
You barely paid for the teeth that you actually have, and I'm pretty sure that still is off the back.
The part I
Um,
came in on.
of your parents. So at the end of the day, I was telling her like in the back office meeting, like I said, I really don't condone violence, but I would have adopted the Kirk Franklin method. I would put my foot in your motherfucking ass, boy. I would give a fuck about all this bullshit the public is saying. The bottom line is, I've done all this for you and your siblings, and you gonna turn around and disrespect me and your mama in front of all these people. We
Yeah.
famous. We ain't finna be famous for everything else other than keeping our kid in check. I kick your goddamn teeth out your fucking mouth.
And that's kind of what I think pissed T.I. off the most. When he was blatantly disrespecting Tiny. No matter what she was telling him, he wouldn't
Embarrassment,
stop.
yes.
Yeah, he wouldn't stop.
You
And I think
disrespecting
that's
your
the
mother and you disrespecting my wife, and that's the whole thing about it. Is maybe Ti would say, okay, there's an extent to the disrespect that I would take as the father of this, and I'm trying to take it on a man to man level. But when you start disrespecting my wife and your mother,
right. And your
I'm willing to
mother, that's
push your
right.
fucking head around like a voodoo doll. No, I can't
I,
get with it. I can't
well,
get jiggy with that.
no, I don't think that anybody should. I do see though the little boy in him crying out for his father's attention and acknowledgement. Like
Baby,
this
And
he will get it.
ultimately what this is
He will
about.
get it. He will get it.
who is
You
his
know,
father?
Tiny done already came out and said she don't even know. She had to be reminded who that man was. That was stupid. We ain't even gonna go there because you know that's T.I.'s son. Y'all so messy. Y'all are full of hell. Y'all are
I
low.
ain't had shit to say about that because I ain't
Y'all
brought that
some
shit up.
dirty.
So you know,
It
y'all.
was so. I said, "What the hell?" I said,
Y'all,
"What the
man,
hell?
y'all
Where
are
First
they
of all,
dug
I'm
hell.
this
gonna say
man
y'all.
up
There's a
from?
lot of people
That
bitch. I
is
ain't got nothing to
nasty
do with that part.
business. That was
Well,
nasty
Where they went
business.
dug him up from?
Yes. Ooh,
had nothing to
y'all.
do with
That
me.
goddamn Tasha K girl.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's not talk about her almost got her ass whooped by a few trans women. She needs to go somewhere and sit down before she lay around and get her motherfucking Mario coins beat the fuck up out of her ass. But
What she do now?
well, off track or off schedule. Basically, she was supposed to be hosting a reunion for season 2 of Deja Vu, which I don't know if it airs. I think it airs on Now TV or something like that.
Now
She
that
was supposed
TV.
to, yeah, Now That TV. She was supposed to be doing a reunion for them of season 2, and she ended up getting into it with a couple of trans women, and
Hmm.
they about to lay around and they about to beat that motherfucking Energizer Bunny outfit off of her.
Oh, I think I saw that. Yeah, it
Hmm.
was
Yeah.
pretty graphic. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And she said it herself in her own personal video after that her husband got damn near beat up. When he got beat up, a security that she brought her 3 people got beat up. You know, by trans women all night. And I tried to call Tasha up and let
Them
her
men
know.
say they fought. They
At the
was
end of the
fighting
day,
all night. Them men say
whooping
they
their
was
motherfucking
tired.
ass. Every time they get it settled again, they were whooping their ass, and she couldn't even finish the whole reunion, so she had to get ghost. Like Whitney, she had to leave.
They had to get her up out of there.
She
Wait.
had to get
They
up
said
out of
they
there.
wasn't doing it. Y'all need some more security, damn it. We ain't doing it. She's not doing it.
So you know, however her life ends up at this point, I don't even know because at the end of the day, she pissing off a lot of people. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you know how old people say like oh they got death on them or something.
oh my god,
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
just shut the fuck up and just say bombs over Baghdad. Just leave it alone and just move on to the next thing. Let's go on something else.
So
Let's go to something else.
box up a bag.
Let's go to something else. So as y'all know, Tiffany Haddish had a meltdown and was caught out there driving, allegedly drunk out there and got a DUI out there. I think California, I believe, or New York, one of them motherfuckers. I think it was
I
California.
think
She got a
Tiffany
DUI.
has seen and done a lot of things to get to where she's at, and she is breaking under the pressure.
Mhm.
She went and crawled. Because she was so homeless, she went and joined Scientology for a few, I don't know, however long, and that's
But I
some
Yeah.
think she
different
denounced that
shit.
at some point.
She did, but that's some weird shit that going on up in there,
But I
allegedly.
mean, at the end of the day, let's not forget Scientology ain't nowhere near as weird and fucked up as Hollywood. So ever since she joined Hollywood, she been fucked up. Involved in some fucked
Well,
up shit. Let's just say allegedly.
yeah, and I mean though the tape with those kids, I saw that tape.
But like I was telling
I
Warrior
definitely
Mom,
don't look at her the same because none of that, like even
Well,
in that
now they
time, was
saying
cute. Like
from what I was being told, say now one of the parents come back out want to sue her again. I guess for some
the
more money.
mom, the mom.
But
sue
why?
her for $1 million.
Why?
I guess she figured she didn't get child support or welfare. Her food stamps didn't
I
come
don't
on time.
know.
Fuck, I don't know. She just figured she's entitled to something. And apparently, if the I don't recall if the children got anything out of Tiffany Haddish, but apparently the mom feels like she didn't get her portion or she's still in in need. I don't know what the fuck the whole ordeal is, but I feel like if
And
the victims were
I feel
compensated,
like Aries Spears kind of took the sword for all that.
I don't fucking know who the fuck that is, so I can't tell you nothing
The
Yeah,
about
he
none
was.
of
he's a
Yeah,
that.
he was the
comedian.
comedian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was the one, and his stuff was like he was like the actor in it, and he played the pedophile
Hmm.
in there, so
Yeah.
in the skit. So
Yeah.
I mean, so did the children get anything from Tiffany Haddish?
I don't know. I know I saw it, and I was like,
I
this was
agree, Ashley.
Yeah,
inappropriate.
Ashley,
I
I
was
agree.
like, this
Tiffany
I
was
Haddish
agree.
can't handle
I
the
inappropriate.
real
completely
Hollywood.
agree. She said she doesn't think that Tiffany can handle Hollywood.
I think
I
she
agree.
thought she
Mm-mm,
could, but she can't.
mm-mm.
Like so many other celebrities that get over there and get
And
connected, and it all hits them like a ton of fucking bricks in so many
yeah.
ways that they never thought. Because
Yep.
again, until it happens to you, you never thought it could have been you. So
Yep.
I think that's one of these issues where Tiffany Haddish got in. She got a really good start. She was damn near an overnight success. She had a successful, well, has a successful career,
Hmm.
until all these allegations came about these kids with this skit with
And
the suing of sexual assault and all this other bullshit.
yep. And then her relationship with Common.
That
That
ended.
she, yeah, that she definitely, she still wants that. Apparently,
But
he
my
was the
thing is,
one ended that.
it almost seems like she's that girl on a movie that you've seen, and she's that girl that sets out for this career goal, and she had all these hardships in life, and at some point, bam, she strikes it. She got that opportunity, and she takes it. But for some reason, it came off the off the heels of some fuck shit, like some fuck offer. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like they would say she didn't fulfill her portion, but it seemed like it really gave a system overload to Tiffany Haddish because we I started to see her crack a while ago. She started to shake a long time ago in her boots. She
Hmm.
Yeah.
didn't hold the same confidence as she did when she first came out. She did. I mean,
Listen, when
eventually you
she
start
was
falling victim to
following
the comments.
when she did Shakira like that at the what was that, the VH1 Awards, some
Hmm.
when she was following her screaming at her name like that and then jumping in all her pictures, I was like, oh,
Stalker
Hmm.
vibes, bitch. Stalker vibes.
Hmm.
it wasn't cute. It wasn't giving funny. It wasn't giving kooky. It wasn't giving cute.
She was
It was
definitely,
giving deranged. It
yeah,
was
Yeah.
she was
giving you need to
definitely,
be escorted out.
It
yeah.
was given per what we've seen here lately. And like I said, I'm not trying to down Tiffany Haddish because I don't know all the facts and details. And granted, she has not had the easiest life, but
Mm-mm.
it doesn't grant her permission to do any of the things that she's been accused of, if so she's done them. But it just seems to me the things we're hearing now about the DUI and the arrest for the DUI, it seems that it takes my mind back to wonder during the Shakira incident that what the fuck she not, really heavily submerged in alcohol then that particular night. And this has just been a thing for her for quite a while. And we're just
Hmm.
not really
It's a
starting to get to
downward
gradually
spiral.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let me
So
and when you have, because when you're at that level, you have so many people that are dependent
Hmm.
upon you keeping it the
Yeah.
fuck together.
Yep.
And that puts so much pressure on you as the performer, but also it puts pressure on those people around you to push you to do things and make excuses for you that they know
I
aren't
mean,
good for
look at the
anybody.
rants that she's been going on her personal page, on her platforms. I could stay right here in one state and make 13 times as much as they offer me to fly to this place and that place. Now, what she was referring to, I do not know.
Oh, I didn't
But I
see
will
that. What
say
is
this.
that?
Yeah, it was on, I think, on her Instagram or something like that. But I'm saying it's giving. Do y'all remember when Leandria Johnson went on that rant about the church and how they were
Yes,
treating her and stuff like it
yes,
was? It's
yes, yes.
giving those vibes, but it's not the church, but it's Hollywood. You
Yeah.
know, same issues,
But
same occurrences,
but
but different
but
entities.
she was being abused and
And
misused.
that's what. And now you see what I'm saying now. What the correlation is, right? The fact that again, this is just another ugly incident rearing its head from Hollywood, letting us know how shit is going down over there
How
in Hollywood and
demonic
how they're
it
being
is.
mistreated. Exactly. And
Yeah.
why these people are on strike over there in Hollywood and all these writers and actors. And that they
Yep.
haven't been treated fairly for quite a while. So it feeds into the fact of now we see how some of these artists and these actors come up with these overdose issues, where they've died from overdoses and shit like that, or did a jackknife off a sidewalk. It brings a different awareness to now Hollywood and how things are being run and how those people over there that we're watching on television are actually being treated behind the fucking scenes. Yeah, they get up on television and they depict this character that they've been given and that they're getting paid whatever the subpar pay is to do that role. But behind the scenes, just like some of us on our everyday today jobs are being treated like actual shit behind the scenes. And it's fucking with their mental and emotional as well. So to me, it just brings a different awareness to what's going on in Hollywood. It gives me a different look and versus saying everybody's on coke or everybody wigging the fuck out and drunk or they on Molly or some shit like that. It brings more questions to my mind of why are they fucking with this kind of shit?
That's
You know what I'm saying? Why they're
because they
drinking
need to
so much?
cope. Yeah, because they need to
Exactly.
cope.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right, well, moving on to the next thing. What the fuck we gonna talk about? So on this past Sunday, there was a 26-year-old man found wandering around butt booty ass naked in It's a Small World uh, display
Oh,
over there in Anaheim, California. They still have yet to give us this man's name, but apparently he looks like he's Jeffrey Dahmer's illegitimate cousin. The way they got a picture of him with them big ass Johnny Appleseed glasses on, sitting butt naked up in that water. Uh, any of y'all planning to go into Anaheim, California to Disneyland anytime soon?
No, I'm good.
mm-mm. No, I haven't put that on
Nah,
my 2024
nah, I'm good
plans.
on that.
No.
Well, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I have been thinking about Disney for a while. As a child, I've never been, and neither as an adult. And
I think
um,
I think if that's something you wanted to do as a child, you should definitely go as an adult and treat your inner child.
going down there
It's
and swim
it
around
is inner
or float
child
around up
time.
up in that unidentified 26-year-old
Well, first of all, you're
ball
not
juice.
supposed to get in the water. You're not supposed to get in that water. What he did was totally against the park rules and
It just warrants.
regulations.
It does not seem like it's safe if somebody can get up in Disneyland and street. That is not a magical place anymore. It sounds like a strip joint.
Well, well, where? Okay,
Bitch,
okay.
Magic
Where
Kingdom more
where is
expensive
It's
than a
Magic?
Magic
motherfucking place.
Kingdom,
Where?
baby. It is Magic
Yeah,
Kingdom,
Well,
honey.
yeah,
Magic
or
Kingdom.
Magic City.
Yeah.
Magic City.
Well,
Sound like I like Magic City, and ain't nothing wrong going to Magic City.
not for the children.
Oh no, you
My
shouldn't take the
children down up
children.
over there, my nieces and nephews over there to watch It's a Small World display while they see a naked man swimming next to us in the goddamn log. That's some bullshit. And
Hey,
I'll be honest with you, I think what really took
Honestly, he
my
was acting like he took a psychedelic. That's how he was acting.
what disturbed me the most is the
ah,
fact that again that
mm,
the biggest part that disturbed me about this, yes, the nudity in the park really disturbed me, but what really irritated my spirit is as I followed this case when it first came across my desk, hot off the press was I've been trying to find out this character's name. And for the life, they still haven't figured out who this man is, and y'all have had him,
Wait
detained
a
for
oh,
minute.
several
oh,
days
they
now.
know who he is, baby. They know who he
Wait a
is.
minute. Wait a minute. And I want to know who is the man that threw the package on the plane
Hold
in
on.
New Orleans,
We gonna get to
and
that in a minute. That's already on the
and ain't
roster, but
nobody
let's
said
finish
nothing
this
else.
conversation here. We already talked about that. That's gonna be coming up shortly. But I'm still trying to figure out though. The bottom line is for me, it just says we know for a fact had it been one of us. And I'm just gonna be blunt about it. It'd have been a name already
We
posted
would have
across the
been
screen.
tased in that water and electrocuted.
They'd have shot you in the mouth in that water, butt naked. But they would have had a name available by this point along with this space. And I'm like, we haven't really heard much about it. So I'm like, I don't know what California law is for streaking. I don't know how that goes. I'm pretty sure, but you can't run around the chair and naked, you know, and it's a
Well,
small world.
and I also think that Disney is a big player. Like people don't think Disney got money like Disney got money. I think Disney wants it to go away too because it's embarrassing. I'm sure they have some new security measures to make sure that that doesn't happen ever again.
So they got you.
They
So you
don't
think they
play it. They
hire
don't play at Disney.
that? Then that sounds like a crock of bullshit. If you ain't never heard none, they ain't played Disney. The naked man would have never made it down into the swimming hole.
Mm-mm. I'm just
That's how I
telling you.
feel.
I'm just telling you. Those mouths are closed about what happened, how that happened, who that was, why he did it, all that. That man probably in Guantanamo for fucking with Disney, allegedly.
Obama or Baghdad. Okay. Um. So of course Derek Chauvin, the cop that you know
Mm.
murdered George Floyd. It was reported that he was stabbed in prison, but he ain't dead. So
Moving on.
Ooh.
Now, I would like to talk about this man that threw this package on the plane and jumped
could
off
you
the
know what?
plane.
I'm trying to get there, but since your ass is gonna navigate,
Let me
let's go ahead and
see.
get straight to what you're talking about because
Yeah,
you
You
ain't trying to
mean
get the
that
shit
because
I'm saying.
why haven't they released who that was
and haven't
and
said
what he
anything else
threw
about it?
and what he threw on the plane? What was that?
Well, I I, I don't know what he threw on the plane, but apparently it wasn't a bomb, and
And
if it
that
was, it didn't go off. Thankfully, nobody was hurt during that incident. That's what I will say because the woman I watched that went live during the whole incident when it happened, she detailed everything as it was going out, play by play in real time when it was going on. When I saw the video, it was actually a guy and his wife, I think, on the flight, I believe it was, and the man said that it was a black gentleman that said he was sitting next to him when they came on the plane. They started asking the questions. If you're sitting near an emergency exit, are you willing to assist others off the plane in case something happens? And the guy said when they asked that question, he himself said yes. And he said that motherfucker there just went berserk and opened the door, jumped out onto the wing, and threw a backpack back up in there, and everybody started to evacuate the plane.
now they wanna put everything else on TV. Why you ain't told us about that? You keep showing me every time they killing all these people across the world, these children.
I mean, and like you said, could it be a case of just like Disney wanted all to go away? Go away? Is it the same case with Southwest? Because I know I fly Southwest faithfully. That's my. I ain't like what that
Well,
woman name
what
is.
and
Non Celeste,
she
bitch.
said
I
she
fly
said that
Southwest.
package might have been for the pilot.
and that and they and that
It's
was
cold,
people
y'all.
coming back from Bayou Classic too.
Well, like I told y'all before, this is my thing on flights. Ever since I saw that pilot getting on there with that fifth of gin, drunk as a motherfucker, and had to catch him. I don't bullshit with that kind of stuff. Me personally, if I had my way and if I could work for the TSA or have anything to be with the board in the room, me personally, I want to own the right to do a personal breathalyzer on the pilot when I'm board the plane. I need to talk to him, see where his head at, make sure he ain't got no marital problems. Make sure he don't have any desires of suicide. Make sure he's coherent. Make sure he's not drunk. I think we should even
So
include a
you want to
cavity
do a
search.
test? So
Yeah, I want to do
you want
even.
to test
I,
them?
I, I even want a
A
cavity
sobriety
search.
test. A
You're
sobriety
right
test.
because my thing is, friend, I'm nervous. I'm nervous and stuff like that. I got
Say your
claustrophobia and
ABCs
anxiety.
backwards.
No, fuck all
Walk the
that.
line.
My whole thing is
Mm-mm.
like I told them. I would have probably beat the fuck out of this man just like I would have did that same woman that was screaming on that plane. How about she was possessed with some shit to my she's looking for a pastor? I would have probably punched the fuck out of her because in my mind, I already can't hardly breathe while I'm sitting up in here. I'm trying to conduct myself and who's side on this flight while I'm in this bitch.
You have flying anxiety,
Oh
Adrian,
yeah, that fucking yeah. I
AJ.
can't be in enclosed places and stuff like that. That really gets
Oh,
me
I
really
didn't know
nervous.
that.
So I have to zen and get myself together and talk to all my deities and my gods and all that stuff and get myself together. So for somebody to get to hollering and screaming on a plane and acting a fool, fucking with the cabin pressure and shit while we in the air, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm taking you down because I can't deal with that kind of shit. When there's this bad and it's fight or flight for me, I'm already on the flight, so why not go ahead and complete the mission? I'm gonna fuck you up. So if I'm on a flight, please don't pull that shit with me. I don't believe in that. That is stupid.
Ashley
Wait till we
said,
get on the landing pad and you talk all the shit you want to do, and that crazy when we get off this bitch.
Ashley said, everybody's been acting a donkey on these flights. Talk about the lady who pulled her pants down and pretended to piss in the aisle.
You see what I'm saying? It's everybody now, and it's like,
Is it something? Is
what
it
the fuck are
something?
we
Is it
doing?
the altitude? Is it something with being in the air? Like what? What's going
Man,
on?
man, they say, look, listen, this is what the conspiracy nets say. They say when you go up that high, them 5G towers can't reach you. You lose your mind because the 5G towers is controlling your mind down here. So I'm like, maybe that's what's going on. I don't know.
Well, if
Because
that be
they
the
do act
motherfucking
up.
case, please by all means put some 5G Wi-Fi on the plane,
On the
cause
planes. That's right.
I'm
On the
telling you,
damn plane.
if I am on a flight and some shit like that goes down, they ain't gonna even. Matter of fact, y'all gonna want to give me a job as a U.S. Marshal. Y'all gonna want to hire me and let me fly anywhere I want to go for free because I'm just not with the bullshit. And it ain't because I'm no kind of cold black or no ops or no shit like that. It's just that when you back a motherfucker with anxiety into a corner and you start some crazy shit, you ain't got to worry about nobody else defending you. Cause something in our mind gonna click. I don't know if it's the warrior princess in us or what the fuck it is. I don't know. Or the Power Ranger kick into our
Zena.
ass, the Jada Pinkett. We
Zena.
gets crazy. We putting the fuck up the scene. We go into black ops action. We don't need no help. Just stand by, secure the scene, and watch us work. I would have punched her in the face. And that pissing woman, I don't know what to do for her. Can't handle no tampon
Wait,
because she on her on the rag. So
Oh
I mean, what do you
wait a
do for her?
minute.
Do you
Now
offer her a
wait a minute.
depend?
I want to look. I was gone, but I want to address that woman who just made everybody listen to her sing her gospel song because she had
Lord.
got some nominations. I was
Yes,
like,
she
how
had to work
dare
my
you?
damn nerves.
How dare you
I was like the man on the
impose?
plane. Could you please shut the hell up? Cause
Yeah.
don't nobody want to hear that.
Well, I
And
saw
and
that
your
video
belief
and
system is not
Not
everybody else on
mine.
their
That's right.
planes. And don't do that. Don't impose that on me.
That's right.
And
I
then
mean,
you setting up there, and the man had told you to stop. So you causing a disturbance, and people like AJ nervous. You gonna be the made AJ trip on the plane.
well, I want to give flowers where flowers is due. She did solicit the permission of those around her in
Those
this
people did.
here.
Them
But
people were
those are the
silent.
ones. That's right. Some of them were the ones immediately around her. But like that whole plane, that is not your belief
Yeah,
or not mine.
But that's my whole thing. You got to be vocal about your shit.
you should
And
you
me
shouldn't have to
personally,
tell somebody.
fuck
No,
that.
I don't
No,
want you to sing to me on this plane.
Yeah,
you
that's
ask.
right.
I don't have to, but you asked me. And if I heard you asking bitches over in the air where you at, ma'am, I'm gonna ask for the sake of the cabin pressure and that the pilot against a safe land that you're not seeing, on this flight because it could put all us in danger. Please, for you and Eplubium, please sit down and have a quiet flight. Watch your movie or some shit. Get your coffee or a bottle of water, and just save your vocals for when you land. I know you're happy about your situation, but we don't want to hear that shit. So, have a happy flight. Keep your seatbelt on and follow the directions of the pilot and the people. What you call them? What they call warrior mom, the stewardess.
Oh
The
yeah,
stewardess.
Flight
Sit your ass
attendant.
down.
the
Yeah, the
flight
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 attendant. And
attendant.
attendant.
sit your ass down somewhere.
That man told her, and she didn't care.
See, right about now, if we was on the flight, Aries, and you chewing nuts, I think that's a danger to us all. I don't think you should be chewing nuts while we flying in the air. I think that could cause a change in the air pressure in the cabin. It could fuck up the toilets or some shit. It could fuck up the flush valve. We
This is
high
a
up
piece
in
of
there.
bacon.
No. Uh,
And that's worse.
It's
It's all the way
good
to
too.
fuck up here 30,000 feet. That is bad. You can't keep making up here. This atmosphere was not made for that. But it
oh my
does just say
god.
all of this does just say to me that we really have an issue with mental health in this country.
Definitely.
I don't even know who to blame it on anymore.
Definitely.
Maybe we need to reevaluate. Maybe we do need to allow people with, you know, comfort animals and shit. We just got to put a limit on that, like a bird or
Mm-mm.
a goldfish.
Mm-mm.
We got to put a limit because
Mm-mm.
some stuff ain't
Mm-mm.
people. You
Mm-mm.
know, maybe a stuffed animal.
Mm-mm.
But it was a man trying to bring his alligator.
Oh well. Again, I
Listen,
say we have to put some guidelines to the shit.
them your guidelines, cause I don't fuck with animals. Not a dog, not a cat,
Oh,
not a
Tinkerbell
snake,
says
not a
hello. She's
bird.
enjoying. He or she is
Yeah, not
enjoying us
none of that.
all.
And if I'm on a
Hey.
plane, I did not get. Hey, I didn't book this flight to get on this plane for to be bothered for to be bothered with your dogs or your cat or your birds and nothing else because I don't like them. That's not,
Well,
and I don't want to deal with that on this plane. I want to take me a nap and get where I got to go.
yeah, I mean, and that's very true. I don't really want to deal with you talking to me the whole flight and stuff like that. So I do
Hmm.
understand. Like, don't get me wrong, conversation is good while we on the ground, but once this thing hits air and get to 10 to 30,000 feet, I think you should be quiet until unless it's the pilot or the attendees uh offering
He
us something
said,
to
"Don't
drink or
talk."
some, so yeah, keep your fucking mouth shut, or because you fucking with the stuff.
Yeah, cause I want my little Biscoff cookies and a ginger ale and a Bloody Mary, and for you to leave me alone.
I don't really drink alcohol on those flights because
Oh, I do.
if
I
I sit,
love it.
oh no, if I sit next to the emergency exit as a healthcare professional, a medical professional, I got to make sure I'm ready to jump into action. I got to stay sober. I don't believe in that kind of shit. Now, if I'm gonna take anything on there, it's probably a half a Xanax. I go get down there from my doctor's office to make sure I get on that flight
Now
and
you talking
maintain to
about
keep
being
myself
asleep.
together. Oh no, that puts me in a calm, meditative state, but keeps me alert.
He said, "I'm
Quick on my feet. He'll be quick on my feet. My doctor knows what he's doing. He know how he
All
know he
right,
know who I
all
am.
right. That Xanax gonna have you around here thinking your heart coming out your chest. Okay.
No, I don't know what the fuck other folk been taking, but I don't fuck with that kind of shit. Anything like that puts me out of my character or makes me feel out of character, I don't give a damn what my doctor say. I'm not gonna eat it. So no, I don't have them kind of issues. I know what I know my body, and so does my doctor. Uh, but anyway, what the fuck have we got on here? Sexy Red with her new video.
Pass.
Now we're gonna talk about Padilla and Cassie. We're gonna put Sexy Red nasty ass on the roster just to talk about it anyway, just to have a last topic, if nothing else.
Well, you
The
gonna
video,
you got 2 minutes to
I give myself one. But a new video she put out called something about free my
Free her
nigga.
man.
No, it's called free my
Yeah.
nigga. I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh y'all. So, but no, wait a minute. First, Aries. First of all, y'all say, oh, we shouldn't cancel her. She's just doing everybody else took your honey, all the rest of them do. Are y'all ready to cancel
We
her now?
No,
never
I
said
didn't say
that.
that.
We
No, I
never
didn't say
said
that.
that.
No,
We
that
never
wasn't
said
my
that.
opinion.
Y'all gave her and suck it super
Roll
high
the
the benefit of
tapes.
the
No, no,
doubt.
no, 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 no.
Roll the tapes.
I did kind of chest up Suki. As far as Sexy Red, yeah, that wasn't. Yeah, we didn't do that. That's not what we was talking. That's not what we said.
You look a sexy mess.
Yeah, that's not like Blueface Mama called her. Thank you, Red. Yeah,
Well,
that's not.
she came back and apologized for it today, so we can't hold her to it anymore.
She said that, baby. She said that.
Well, I mean, like toothpaste, once you squeeze it out the tube, you really can't take it back. So,
Exactly. Yeah,
uh,
we can't.
but she swears she apologized and she's begging for Sexy Red's forgiveness. Now, me personally, I say what the fuck I say. I'm not gonna beg for Sexy Red forgiveness or nobody else's. At the end of the day,
Oh
it looks
no, I
trifling.
said what I said.
You out there with them ugly ass shoes or with them thigh by shorts on, and your baby already showing to the world, per that little crop top you got on, and them demon ears. What the fuck you got going on? It just seems like some pretty weird shit, if you ask me. And
Yeah,
I'm just if they send me an email of a petition to sign to cancel her,
she
uh,
canceled.
I think I would sign it with no hesitation, friend.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, hey,
Because
I
it's just a
I pay
badass.
them to sign the petition.
Yeah, now that you mention it, might be on to something. But
Yeah, I pay them to sign it. I'm
it's
over
just a
her.
shitty ass mess, and it's just like I've always said, it's a bad look for young black women,
That's
young ladies
right.
that are coming up now, and for the ones that are out here already. It's
That's
already a
right.
bad depiction of what we want to see our black women as. And I'm not saying every black woman has to be a powerful attorney or a judge or a doctor or something like that.
But it's how
I'm
you
just
carry
saying
yourself.
respectable,
That's
exactly
right.
how
It's
you
about how you
respectably
carry
carry yourself.
yourself. That's right. Nah,
And it
we're
just
not doing
seemed
that.
like ladies to the back and now thoughts to the front. Is what it seems like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I'm of the other belief of cut her off. Just somebody take the remote control and hit the power button.
Bombs over Baghdad. Just
I,
blow the bitch up.
yeah,
Like it's over with. Yeah,
I
it's over with
agreed.
for her.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's
But
over with for her.
anyway, I guess since Aries Cannonball, she has been over there in her remote area, and her internet has already been shaky, which is why we had to actually reschedule the show from last night and some other things. But I guess the two of us, Warrior Mom, can actually close the show out. So this actually brings a close to our live with AJ Red and the crew. Thank you for everybody that actually joined the live and actually jumped down in the comment section. We really appreciate you guys a lot. Please share the videos with anybody that you know that's not a child under 18 years old. And also make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up button. As they say,
And
that helps us out
turn
a lot.
on your notifications. Hit the
Yes, please
bell.
turn your
Turn on the
notifications on.
notifications so that you will know when we do go live on Wednesday night. Normally it's Wednesday, but tonight. Hey, Miss
Well,
Lisa B.
hi,
Um.
Lisa,
Oh
Melissa.
yeah. Oh, Melissa B. Sorry, but yeah. So yeah, hit the bell. Turn on that bell so y'all get that notification when we go live. And we love when y'all comment, interact with us. Like we
Yes, that's
love
the
that.
most fun
We
part.
love that. We love that. So
Because we do respond back. We usually type in the chat and respond back to you guys. But I've been drinking a lot of Douce and some other shit before I got on the camera in the first place. So a couple of things slipped my mind. So yes, there's a couple of um, positions to be filled. We got to get that together. But anyway, yes, it's Melissa B. Y'all got to turn y'all notifications on because when we do go live, these are broadcasted on YouTube, and I think we were trying to do Facebook and some other platforms too. So we're going
TikTok.
to get, yeah, and TikTok. We're going to have to put those up there. But this brings us to a close for our show tonight. Again, thank you all who joined us for the show tonight. I don't know about Warrior Mom, but I'm going over here and eat. I done cooked and shit. Now it's time to go fill my belly up. But again, please like, subscribe, and share, and drop down in the comments. Even if you are a latecomer after the video is posted with the live, let us know what you thought about tonight's topics. And
Yeah.
please make sure to join us in our next live. We love you guys so much. Thank you. You are one of the best parts of us. And we really appreciate you guys.
We
Until the
love
next video
y'all.
live, love you guys. Good night.
Good night.